brand new street and brand new me. Side by friends I need.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to make the first of a start of recipes that will include canned chicken. So this will be our first one. It is called cheesy pasta and chicken. Right now I am trying to soften these vegetables. It's 1 bell pepper, 1 onion. Recipe called for red bell pepper, but I only have orange, so we're gonna just go with it. You'll need 1 tablespoon of oil and 1 tablespoon of butter, and just kind of what I did was I went ahead and sauteed the vegetables in the oil first because I wanted it to hold that buttery flavor. So softened them pretty much in the oil and then just went ahead and added the butter. Alright, our next little thing we got to do, once this is melted and the vegetables are softened, which they are, we're going to go ahead and put in some flour because we're going to make a little bit of a roux or sauce. Okay? Alright, we're good. Let me get this off here. I don't want to lose any of those. Alright, we're just going to need, I think it's a couple tablespoons. Let's see. 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. I have used self-rising. It's really not going to make a difference. You can do whatever. It's 1 tablespoon. And 2. Let me get my whisk because we're going to need that in a minute. Alright, so what you'll do is you'll kind of just stir this around, let it kind of coat the vegetables. And then we're going to stir in 1.5 cups of milk. Okay. I don't want to lose any of my vegetables here. Okay. Alright. But when you're stirring in your milk, you're going to have to be very slow about it because we're kind of making like a gravy. It's not going to be gravy, but it's kind of the same idea. And then you're going to have to turn your heat up a little bit until we get it going. And because of this orange bell pepper, it's probably going to make it look kind of orange if you use orange bell pepper, but it doesn't matter to me. I'm good with it. Alright, so that's already thickened up, so I need to add a little bit of milk. I usually do about 1/3 at a time until I get it all added. And because I have my heat on high, it will kind of go quickly. I have to watch it though because it could burn. And since we've already got our meat, you know, we're using canned meat, we don't have to cook any meat. So this recipe and probably all these recipes will be pretty fast. We can get those done quickly. Okay, our last 1/3 of milk. Alrighty. And it goes pretty quick. So the next thing that we're going to stir in is our chicken and our seasoning. I'm going to let this thicken just a little bit. You do need to go ahead on the side and cook your penne. You're going to use penne pasta. You're only going to use half of a box. I can only find 8 ounces. I'm sorry. I can only find 16 ounces, but you need 8 ounces. So just use half of the box. Go ahead and boil it to al dente according to the package directions. Drain it and set it aside because we're going to add it at the end. This is a real quick 1-pot meal. But like I said, we're going to do a series on canned chicken. So that's what we're working on. Alright, let me give it just a few more minutes to thicken. And then we'll start adding everything. We're also going to use pepper jack, cheese. And I've already got that shredded and set off to the side. Just waiting on everything. I'll turn it up just a little bit. Just trying to hurry it up. Alright, so we're going to use canned chicken that was drained. You just need one 12-ounce can. And I'm going to kind of break this up just a little bit. You can use canned chicken for other things besides the dips. So I'm trying to show you a few little different things that you can do with it. And maybe, you know, that'll help you save on your grocery costs. Alright, so that's about all I'm going to I'm not going to completely break it down to where you can barely even tell. Alright, so I'm going to turn my heat back down. We'll give this a stir real quick. Okay, now we need to add our seasonings. First thing, we need some salt. You're going to need about a teaspoon of it. Okay. You're going to need about a teaspoon of oregano, dried oregano. You could probably use fresh, and you're probably going to have to, you know, figure out the measurements for that. Teaspoon of onion powder and a teaspoon of garlic powder. And I do go just a teeny bit overboard with the onion powder because I like the flavor. So there's that. Now let's stir this up. Combine everything. And then you need 2 cups of cheddar. I'm sorry, 2 cups of cheese, pepper jack. And that's usually 2 really big handfuls. Is about a cup of each, so that's 2 cups. All right, stir this up so you can melt it. Just a little bit. 1 skillet meal set for the pasta's got to be cooked and then thrown in here. And my 8 ounces of penne. And we are done. It's really easy cooking with like canned meats and stuff like that. It's going to help you save in the long run. But of course, you can also take this recipe and substitute if you need to. I don't think there'd be anything wrong with that. You could just use like maybe 1.5 chicken breasts chopped, cooked and chopped would probably be enough. But all right, not as dramatic because it doesn't have the red bell pepper, but just as pretty. All right, so let's go on to our next recipe. I'm sure it's going to be yummy. Okay, y'all, so here is our next canned chicken recipe. This is going to be a jalapeno popper chicken salad. So you're going to need 2 cans, and they're 12.5 ounce of the canned chicken. And you're going to drain those and just take a fork and kind of separate the meat out just a little bit. It doesn't have to be completely shredded. It's okay if some of it's still chunky. I chopped up some jalapenos and green onions, and we'll put that in there. And we need some bacon. The recipe calls for 10 slices of crisp bacon, but I'm just going to put in real bacon bits because, you know, that's how I do things around here usually. So about 1/3 of a cup or so. I don't want the bacon to overpower it. And about a cup of cheddar. And we're going to try to mix all this up together in this tiny little bowl before we add our wet portions. Oh, I'm cutting it close, y'all. Cutting it close. May not be able to do it. I'm not going to be able to do it. Everything in this bowl. It's got a little bit higher sides to it. Oops. Okay. So we're going to Take all of our more dry ingredients and kind of stir them around in there. We have 4 ounces of cream cheese and half a cup of mayo. This is full fat mayo. Okey-doke. Mix all that together. And it's pretty much ready to eat once you get it completely mixed. Those of us that are watching our carbs are probably not going to eat crackers with it or anything like that, but those of us that are not watching carbs will have it with some crackers. Really quick chicken salad. It's different from your typical buffalo chicken salad. The only thing I would change is I'd put a little bit of garlic powder in this or chopped garlic. Okay, y'all. That's it. That's what it looks like finished. No cooking involved, just throw it together, some jalapeno popper, chicken salad, and it's perfect for a picnic or any kind of snack or party for that matter. Okay, let's go on. Let's move on to our next recipe. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to make another canned chicken recipe. This one is called barbecue ranch chicken casserole, and it's really easy. It's a really perfect dump and go type casserole. You need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Get a large bowl and you're going to mix everything into this, and then we're going to transfer it to a baking dish. So you're going to need 12 ounces of bow tie pasta already cooked, and you can go ahead and cook those and toss those in. I've already drained them, cooked and drained. Ooh. And I'm gonna go ahead and start mixing this stuff together. I've got 2 12.5 ounce cans of canned chicken, and I'll break some of those larger pieces up. Okay, so you drain that and add that. That's 2 cans, 2 12 ounce cans. You need a can of whole kernel corn, drained, a can of Rotel, a can of diced green chilies, and you don't drain any of these but the corn and the chicken. Okay, got all that. And gonna need about a cup of ranch dressing, not the powder. You'll need the liquid in this recipe. So get this out of here. Okay. I want to make sure I didn't overdo the ranch. But you're only going to need a cup of that, and you're going to need 3/4 of a cup of barbecue sauce and sweet and spicy Baby Ray's. Sweet Baby Ray's is our favorite, so I'm just going to try to eyeball this. Okay. All right, and then you're going to need about a half a cup of bacon, chopped, and we always use the real bacon pieces. Wiping my hands off. And you're going to need about, I'm just going to put 2 cups of cheddar cheese in this, but you can put as much as 2.5. Okay. All right, and then you can also add some minced onions if you would like. You can also, you can do fresh, or you can do dried. Either way. So I'm going to stir all this up. I'll Put a little bit more ranch in there. I just feel like I don't have enough. Okay. It's a lot. Alright. Move everything out of the way. It's a real easy, quick, dump and go recipe. It's literally it. And it makes quite a bit. So try to mush some of this chicken to where it's not so big. Alright, I'm putting it in a 9x13 sprayed casserole dish. And if you want to, you can put some more cheese on top. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cook it a little bit. And then maybe put some cheese on it before I serve. But look, go ahead and let it warm up. Okay. It's only going to have to be in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. And then it's ready to go. I'll see you back here as soon as it's done. Okay, y'all, so this is the finished product. You just need to leave it in the oven long enough for everything to heat through. I also brought it out the last few minutes and put some cheddar on top to just kind of help dress it up a little bit. But that is not needed if you don't want to do it. And you can use any other type of cheese that you would like. I meant to say that before, but you can. You can use blends or anything like that. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time.
Still I'm here alone and I'm calling your phone. I wish I could